People who sleep naked. What is your plan in case of a fire or murder? 1. Use a fire extinguisher, naked. 2. Fight the intruder, naked. Also consider, fight the intruder with the fire extinguisher, naked. Also consider, fight the fire with the intruder, naked. Same thing, just nude. So just lay down and cry? Already ahead of the fire, intruder 2. Gotta get my hour of weeping in before bedtime. Criminals of Reddit. What is your plan when you break into my house and see a naked man running straight towards you? I think this is the real question. Guns versus buns. I'd probably put some clothes on before I planned a murder or started a fire. All the old Reddit SWI wait do we do this anymore. I sleep naked. I woke up randomly one night, confused and disoriented. The house was full of a thick smoke from my knees up, and the stench was nearly unbearable. What happened was I had been burning sticks of incense, and I would just stick them upright in an old candle. I probably amassed a good 100 plus sticks up to that night. I went to bed with one lit. Well, the whole mass of tiny sticks went up like a smoke grenade. When I jumped out of bed, I ran to my back door and grabbed the fire extinguisher, then ran around from room to room like 4 to 5 times looking for fire. Then I grabbed my cats, who were just chilling in the living room like this is fine, and tossed their asses outside. My next idea was to grab my PC, so I ran into my office and started disconnecting things. That's when I saw the smoke billowing from the old candle incense graveyard. I then opened all the windows and doors coming down. Then I realized that my cats were probably running away. I tossed a housecoat on with no belt and ran outside with a flashlight. I probably looked like a fucking nutcase outside with my junk hanging out, waving a flashlight, loudly going PST 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 at 2 a.m. with a Snoop Dogg amount of smoke coming out of every hole in my house. I spent the next several hours waving a large Rubbermaid container lid around in every room to dissipate the smoke before the wife got home from work. The answer is that I have no plan. Edit. I found my cats, lol. Everything is okay. Did you find the cats though? Asking the important questions. They were probably confused as fuck. I don't need sleep, I need answers. Bold of you to assume I A, will wake up and B, have a plan. I had one of those when I was living with my dad. Fire caught in our plastic garbage bin outside. Middle of the night. My dad woke up and saw the fire. Called the authorities and went to wake me up. He thought I'd wake up, but I remember being half AWAE, seeing 2 fire trucks outside my window and going back to bed thinking, they got it. Back to sleep. Apparently, they almost didn't get it in the midst of that chaos. My father didn't even realize I wasn't out of the house yet. I slept through it all and didn't even wake up until my alarm went off for me to go to school. I keep a pair of shorts and a t-shirt next to my bed. My phone hung on the wall between my window and bed, and my wallet on a table near my door. You are ready. He's going to give the murderer his wallet so fucking fast he won't know what to do. If you're me and your dad sets the alarm off from his phone while you're home alone, you would 1. Wrap a blanket around yourself and run downstairs. 2. Trip on the blanket while running. 3. Decide it's better to be naked than dead and ditch the blanket. 4. Grab your brother's pants and button-down shirt that are hanging on the stairwell. 5. Run outside and get dressed in the middle of the road. 6. Try to button the shirt but fail. BC you thought someone broke in so your hands are shaking uncontrollably. 7. Run a half a mile down the road in your 6'3" brother's khakis with your arms wrapped around your chest to keep the shirt on. 8. Notice your dad drive past you on his way to turn off the alarm. 9. See your dad's car slam on the brakes and make a U-turn. 10. Get picked up by your dad who is laughing so hard he can't speak. Edit. It was a security alarm. Edit 2. Very thankful for my first award. Gave me that good serotonin boost I've been needing. Also, I'm kinda new here. IDK if making an edit to thank someone for an award is a meme or polite protocol. I read this thinking it was a fire alarm and was thinking, why is this person reacting to a fire like a bomb threat? Quote dot. I've always been irrationally afraid of someone breaking in. And until I was like 14 I couldn't sleep until I checked all the doors and ALR monsieur words can't describe the sheer terror I felt that day. Helicopter Dick either puts out the fire or achieves emergency escape propulsion. Sleeping naked literally is my plan in both those cases. If the house is on fire I assume it would be warm. Probably excessively so. By already being naked, I have few seconds advantage on the heat becoming unbearable. If a murderer enters the house while I'm asleep I figure the best course of defense is to scare them off. I'm not by nature a frightening man, but I figure to a nighttime intruder an angry naked guy running at you balls swinging freely would be somewhat intimidating. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Edit. Thanks to everyone advising me that clothing actually protects you against fire. I was aware of this and was only being facetious in claiming these were my reasons for sleeping naked. My actual reasons are as follows. 1. I get too hot at night as it is. Adding clothing would make this worse. 2. It is more comfortable. Nothing to ride up or get twisted when I fidget in my sleep. 3. Hitler probably wore pajamas. If someone breaks into your home, just use your natural nunchucks. I'm gonna go out like I came in, screamin' and kickin'. David Lister. Edit. 2 silvers for an old smeg head. You're too kind. You can't kick death in the nuts. This happened to me years ago when I was still a student living in digs close to varsity. Early one morning, my now wife was woken by movement in the bedroom. Monsieur, there was an intruder who had climbed in through our sash window and was rifling throughout her handbag. She let out an almighty scream, monsieur, and she was an opera student, so she really could scream. I woke up to see intruder's backside exiting through the window, so I jumped out of bed and gave chase. I was damn close to catching him, but he ducked down into the railway line reserve at the end of the street. It was here that my feet really started to get hurt on shards of broken glass. So I had to stop my chase. Then I realized that I was completely naked. The 200 meters walk down the street was interesting. Everyone had come out to see what the fuss was about and saw this breathless, naked young student sauntering down the road. I decided to just brazen it out and not put my embarrassment on display. So I just strolled along till I got home. I earned legend points that morning. It also helped that I was in really good physical condition. But in the heat of that fight-or-flight adrenaline-charged moment, the last thing I thought about was my clothes. Thanks for my first gold, kind stranger. One of the things I've learned in life is that if you can't do it gracefully, you may as well do it boldly. I know a guy who was walking with his mom and someone grabbed her purse. He gave chase without thinking. He heard a loud bang but ignored it and carried on. After a couple hundred more meters the guy dropped the bag. He picked up the bag and started to walk back to her when he realized his chest hurt. He rubbed at his chest to find a load of blood. That bang he heard? Yeah, the guy had shot him, monsieur. The adrenaline completely blocked the pain from the gunshot. He survived and was fine. But he dines out about the time that he chased a guy down and even shooting him in the chest didn't stop him from getting his mom's bag back. And I don't blame him, monsieur. That purse snatcher must have been pretty fucking scared. Provided he's not dead, he probably still tells the story about the crazy guy who kept up the chase even after being shot. Not fire or murderer, but kinda close. I sleep naked, so a few days ago I woke up hearing someone in my yard picking through my shit. I have very expensive diving gear there and a few more stuff I went outside naked with. A morning erection, starting to yell at the guy and push him out of my yard. He tried to take my spear gun. He was drunk and harmless tbh, but still very stressful. I didn't really care, I was naked. Greater than I went outside naked with a morning erection. Greater than he tried to take my spear gun. Is this some kind of euphemism? Well, yeah, see, I was going after some blowfish. Intensely stare at whatever the threat is and assert dominance. It's just you and me now. Fire, crackle. I see you have done this before. I think about how embarrassing it would be if I was murdered naked. Cops taking pics. Dick out and all. Whole family coming in and seeing this. Dick out and all. Then again, who cares, I'm dead. Frightened the fire or murderer into submission by helicopter dicking all night long. Finally found the answer. I was going to post helicopter as the answer to both. I have robes hanging on the back of the door. An attacker. Gonna grab my bat and flashlight with pointed ribs that looks like a scary dildo and swing at it. The monsieur decided being naked ain't gonna be a worry if someone is trying to rape or kill me. I'll be more nimble anyway. Maybe weird to have someone in an arm bar with straight pussy on but tbh, all probs try break the arm quicker if I'm having to do that. That was wild, lol. I don't understand the question. Why would it be any different if you had clothes on? I'm not gonna let myself be murdered or stay in a burning building because I'm too embarrassed that I'm naked. Wait, I can't go out naked. Well, I guess I'll die by the fire. I don't always sleep naked, but I had a fire incident once when I did. One Saturday morning when I was in college, I slept through a fire alarm, monsieur. I woke up when campus security entered my room and started yelling at me. Hey, why are you still here? Didn't you hear the alarm? Quote, I was still in my bed at that point and I just looked at him with my eyes half open and said, I didn't hear it, I was sleeping. He then tells me that the fire alarm was set off in my room and starts rattling off questions. Were you smoking? Microwaving popcorn? Toasting? Lighting incense? Quote, I told him, no dude, I just told you I was sleeping. You literally just woke me up. At this point, I could tell he was getting a bit frustrated. But so was I. He then tells me, get up. You need to go outside with the others. I responded, well, can I at least get dressed? He scoffs and after that he finally leaves. So I get up and I put on some pajama pants and my robe and went outside. It turned out my smoke alarm was defective, which is why it set off the system and why I couldn't hear it as loudly as everyone else. I guess it could have been bad if there was an actual fire. But I was more annoyed than anything that day. Similar thing happened in my dorm, monsieur. I was relaxing in my room and got up to use the bathroom, which was down the hall. Open the door and the alarms are going off. Turns out they had gone off 10 to 15 minutes before I came out, so it was really awkward leaving the building and seeing the crowd outside. In case of fire or murder, the embarrassment of someone seeing my 45-year-old mashed potatoes, belly, floppy mommy tits and no sex in 5 years retro porn bush will take a backseat to death. Whip out my cocktail sausage to make the fire and or burglar leave me alone because of guilt. Pee on them to assert dominance. Pissing on a fire is not something I'd recommend. It seems like a fine idea at first, but that steam is damn smelly. Shock and awe baby! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! I have a bat next to the bed. 1. Intruder? Use bat. 2. Fire. Use bat. That must be one well-trained bat. May I inquire as to the species? Batman. Look at my balls! Exclamation mark. Look at them. This applies to both the murderer and the fireman. In case of fire, I just put on clothes. In case of murderer, well, I can give a sexy distraction so I can hi monsieur. For fire I have no plan. For robbery or murderers, is there really anything scarier than a naked white man running at you with a Glock 27 in one hand and a large knife in the other? I mean, at that point the intruder has gotta be thinking, Does he know how to use the gun? What about the knife? Does he know how to do that? Why are his testicles hanging so low? Why does he have an erection? I get adrenaline erections. No. Just me? No, but whenever I'm angry, my dong tends to turn into steel. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.